Just like you do in your fabulous garden.
What did you do to it?
Touch it.
Okay.
But you've not to buy plants while I'm gone.
Okay. Then it's done it again, look.
It's drunk.
You guys know the tomatoes are now outdoors, it's all done. And I feel so much better. Job ticked off the list. And the whole potting up this basil is another one of the jobs that just needs ticked off the list. These little guys won't survive in these pots much longer. And you know, I'm growing them because I want nice basil. But that's what I'm getting done this morning. The petunias, again, these have been languishing in the greenhouse. They're meant for a hanging basket out front and I forgot about them. So I'm going to get that done today as well. Yeah, but the reason it was all the stress and the drama of getting things done this week is because we went on a fabulous road trip this week. We did. A wee trip up to Perth, which is the gateway to the Highlands. But we went to, well, somewhere very, very famous, Scone Palace. It's pretty much, it's where Scottish and Celtic Scottish kings were inaugurated. They sat on this big bit of sandstone because, you know, that's quite posh, isn't it? But it's famous for that. However, these days it's also famous for its garden and its head gardener. And they are trying to bring back the big, glorious garden events in Scotland because, like a lot of places, the pandemic pretty much killed ours off and they're trying to bring it back. So we were back up to Scone Palace for a fabulous garden fair event and it was quite cool. So I'm sitting in the car waiting on Kate. We are heading off. Another road trip today. It's not a mini one today though. We're off to Perth because today is Scone Palace Garden Fair, which is Scotland's big gardening event of the year. It's kind of a bit like, you know, the RHS events like Malvern and stuff. It's kind of like that, but for us. And we're quite excited. There's so much to do and see. There's workshops we want to go to. Yeah, and I'm going to be meeting some of you guys as well. How exciting! Are we there yet?
No, we are not there yet. Are you going to do this the whole way?
Ready?
And if you tell me you need the loo as well, I'm going to put you out on the hard shoulder.
We're here. Where are we?
Scone Palace.
Scone Palace.
Lawnmowers.
Lawnmowers, lots of lawnmowers. Kate's excited about the lawnmowers. Yeah, we are at Scone Palace for the garden fair. This is the big event in the Scottish calendar.
Well, the temperature is getting hotter this afternoon here at the garden fair.
Oh wait, yes.
I believe the weather today, it is absolutely scorching and we've hit 21 degrees. Whew. I wish I'd brought a hat, to be honest, I'm struggling. So I'm off to the Scotland Grows tent to get some shade. I wonder if MT's there.
It's another thing today, so this is the only thing. So states is £4 an issue, 6 issues.
And remember, it's nearly Father's Day, folks. Top tip. £20. 5 metres. Would you like the rhubarb or the apple? Okay, now that's...
Now, of course, it can't be a gardening event in Scotland without Scotland Grows being involved, which is our gardening magazine here. It's an online magazine with the whole sustainability in mind of not wasting paper and ink and, you know, lorries moving magazines about and all that kind of thing. MT, who is the editor, is always involved in these types of things, and she's real, you know, trying to get this stuff going in Scotland. And also, our regular viewers will know I'm one of the writers for the magazine. So currently this year, I've got a big piece on peppers going on throughout the whole year, and lots of people are growing along with me there. Now, one of the fun things of the day is MT organises a little kind of hour in a tent out of the sun with some refreshments where people can come and chill and meet all their favourite gardening Instagrammers and YouTubers and that kind of thing. So we were doing that and having fun, meeting some of you guys. And when that was done, it gave me the chance to speak to MT. So this is the woman behind the whole Scottish Gardening magazine, Scottish Gardening media, trying to get these events off the ground. This is MT. Scotland Grows tent. You guys know this, I talk about it a lot, but we're lucky today because it's a big event, we're here with the editor herself and our lovely flower crown. So tell us then, first things, tell us about the magazine.
So Scotland Grows is an online magazine. It's Scotland's only digital gardening magazine, and it's great for keeping up with everything that's going on in Scotland in terms of gardening and horticultural events, but also reading from expert gardeners about things which grow really well in Scotland and in our climate, even east to west coast, north to south. We've obviously got huge differences in climate.
Massive.
So Scotland Grows tries to cover all of that.
Cool. But gardening magazines, we know what they're like. Is it relevant for just your average gardener though?
Well, that depends on your average gardener, doesn't it? The demographic of gardeners are changing. Definitely we're getting younger gardeners coming through, more gardeners who want to grow their own food, who want to not be completely self-sustainable because that's not attainable, but be able to provide in some way and grow some produce like you do in your fabulous garden.
What did you do to it?
Touch it.
Cool, yeah. So, don't need to be like a fancy pants horticultural expert though. It's just everybody.
Not to read Scotland Grows. So what the magazine is trying to do is to provide really good, decent gardening advice for really good gardeners. We are not looking to showcase fancy pants gardens.
Like this one.
This is beautiful, this is beautiful. So we're not looking for designed gardens or things that you think are perfect. We're looking to show and feature real gardens in Scotland, made and loved by real gardeners.
Cool. So if that's you, get subscribed.
Yeah.
Hello. So I managed to interview MT.
Cool.
And gimbal kept falling over again as usual. I give up.
You better been better just holding it in your hand.
No.
Or getting me to hold it.
Yeah. So what we want to know is, because we had the bet that you were be buying plants. No plants?
I have not bought
She's
one.
behaved, no plants. Okay, I'm wishing we brought lunch up now. We could just go and sit in the nice cool tent.
Well, do you want to go and sit in a nice cool tent and I will go and fetch lunch?
You don't have to.
It's alright. Let's change my little leggies.
Okay.
But you've not to buy plants while I'm gone.
Okay. Then it's done it again, look.
It's drunk.
So we didn't go with the intention of making a video or plans on what to record. We just wandered about, looked at all the plant sales, spoke to loads of people, looked at all planty things, and there was some really cool garden design stuff going on. It's a competition for just a small plot design, like a big raised bed sort of size. And they gave them a theme. And this year the theme was all about rest and recuperation. And would you know it, one of the Instagrammers we follow had taken part. So we got to speak to her about her little garden design. Here's Bloomin' Scotland to tell you about it. No. This is your chance. So the little people of YouTube then, tell them about you and your garden. What have we got?
Yeah, so welcome to your garden. It's called Rest, Reflect and Recharge. So in this garden, we're actually combining two different styles. So my partner Fraser, he really likes formal gardens, so you can actually see the symmetry. So you've got exact same planting on the left as it is on the right. So you've got the mirror image. I love cottage style, so that's why we're breaking the symmetry with using like quite nice, lovely cottage style plants. So you've got ornamental grasses that are just literally just swinging here, bringing some movement and some flow.
Softness.
Yeah, and then we've got typical foxglove. So this one is beautiful. This one is called Sutton's Apricot. And we've had so many good comments about it, and you can see that the bees love it, absolutely. And then we also have lupin, so the roses as well. The rose is not just beautiful pink, but it also smells amazing. So it's called Adore Aroma. Right in the middle, we've got the bird bath, and it's underplanted with nepeta, and the bees are just loving it as well. And obviously, the gravel path leads you to the beautiful seat. This arbor has a beautiful star jasmine climbing over it. So once you sit down, you've got the beautiful scent, and obviously the dappled shade as well. So it
all fits in nicely with the whole rest, recuperation.
Exactly. And the feedback that we've had from the people visiting the garden is really that it's inviting. It makes you feel really calm and peaceful, and you just want to go in, explore, and sit down and smell all the.
So you actually won a bronze.
We got the bronze from the judges. Yes, this is the first time that I've done anything like this, a show garden. So it's really, really exciting. So I'm really, really pleased with it.
So I'm Chelsea next year.
And we'll stick with the Scottish Chelsea here and soon, but you never know. Yeah.
So then, if you guys want to come and have more of a nosy on everything you see here and more, Instagram handle?
Please visit us at Blooming Scotland.
And that's blooming as in flowers, not as in blooming Scotland.
No, it's beautiful
blooming Scotland.
Because we want to bring lots of blooms to Scotland and make everyone enjoy their gardens and their spaces.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming.
Now, this is one of the things that has been going on and on with us for a very long time. We grow a lot of things that you guys probably don't even think about, because the excitement is often on the annual type things, because you're having to do seed sowing and potting on and all that kind of thing every year. But a lot of the perennials we grow don't need that same amount of work, so they don't really feature as often in videos. But rhubarb is one of the perennials we grow, and it is a big favourite of ours. And it's been extra specially amazing this year because we haven't had any in a few years now. I won't go into the details, but basically it's Kate's fault. We used to have a massive big tub, and it had the rhubarb in it, massive big container, but we didn't have any drainage holes in the bottom, and eventually it just drowned, which is a shame because it was a massive big established plant. So for the last few years we've actually had a temporarily early plant in the garden, but because we were no longer using the big tub the original one was in, we kind of didn't have a home for it, which is a bit sad really. So it got stuck in a much smaller pot over at this end of the garden in the shade, didn't really do anything. And this year I decided I was going to revive it, so I've moved it to my raised bed over in the sun, and it took off. It's back to having a big, gorgeous, established rhubarb plant in the garden again. You won't hear me because I've no mic on. This is a special occasion. We've had that rhubarb for years, and this is the first harvest, because it's always been in bits of the garden that have had so much shade and not enough sun. Hurrah! Now the thing is, technically, if you're doing everything correctly, I should leave it this year and I shouldn't harvest from it at all, because I want to give it that year so that it establishes and feels good and gets its roots in. But it was just too exciting. Like I say, Kate loves her rhubarb. I make rhubarb compote and rhubarb crumble that she's a fan of. And I thought I'll just have a wee harvest from it. Just a wee one to give her that excitement back again. So I did that. I haven't made my compote yet. I'll do that once I've finished out here today. But even just a wee harvest was exciting. Anyone who grows hanging baskets knows the absolute joy that is trying to get the chains back on the baskets in the right order and not twisted. Oh, that's heavy. So folks, take that as the special Eli permission to just get out of the garden. Take a day and go and have some fun and relax, because it's every bit as important as being in your garden. Have fun, folks. See ya.